the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Denver, where we'll see the Nuggets going up against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, now this is a grudge match. They lost in the conference finals against this squad last season. It could get chippy. And we'll get to see Paul Millsap tonight. With Paul, as a guy who entered the league as a guy who would grind it out on the block, but he's transformed himself into a stretch four the last few seasons. How hard is it to make that change as a big man?
Well, I'm not a shooter, Ernie. I'm a prolific MF scorer.
What's
MF stands for most frequently.
Okay.
But I do know for a fact you don't get a good shot overnight. It takes time and effort. He's definitely worked on his game. Usually you work on your shot just to keep defenders honest, but he reminds me of Horace Grant up there 15 feet and out, looking really good.
Well, it's not easy to add a skill when you're in the NBA because pretty much a lot of times your game is set. But, I was
Hello. Hey, you still there? Did you lose your train of thought?
No, I was thinking about myself. I started thinking about myself.
I started
thinking about myself.
Wake up.
Hey.
I just started thinking about myself. I'm sorry. But Millsap has done a great job.
Hey, shake yourself, man.
Jeez.
Golly.
Why are you always talking about you?
We're trying to get this thing going. We're trying to do our jobs.
My bad.
At least maybe pay attention to what we're doing.
I was just a KS kind of scorer.
Kevin Harlan standing by. He's got the call.
That's what I was searching for. I forgot. I was like.
You can hear the roar here at the Pepsi Center. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And, of course, Yabusele. And now's the time where he's getting settled during these first few games with the new team.
Man, that trade is something that has just electrified this entire fan base, the players, the people working for the organization. They think it may be that piece of the puzzle necessary to finally get this team over the hump.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Draymond Green's competitive fire is one of the big keys for the Warriors. He said, that's one of my biggest responsibilities, to be the vocal and emotional leader of this team. We have a lot of guys that are more on the quiet side. If nobody was willing to take that role, we'd just be a bunch of church mice. I thought, why not me? It's a natural for me anyway. Kevin?
He's the glue that holds the team together, DA. Always important to have a guy who can fire up his teammates. And tonight, the matchup at the center position is certain to draw attention. Not something we say every night because the bigs don't seem to be stressed. But tonight, Chris, that is a factor.
Thank God big guys are back in the game. Kevin, I got this opinion that there's a conspiracy against the big guys. I mean, hey, big guys played in this basketball. You guys remember a guy by the name of Mikan? He was pretty big. So, yeah, tonight we have a great center matchup. I can't wait to watch this.
Tip-off goes to Denver. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. Durant and Draymond Green, talented forward duo. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points on the ballgame. Green, the screen. Back to Durant, shoots. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Sometimes you can do everything right as a defender, but it doesn't matter. Durant is just that good with the jump shot.
Back to Murray, pass to Jokic. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He just exploited the size mismatch, and he's getting easy looks tonight.
Outside Curry, feeds it to Durant. Over George, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not quite airtight defense right there, but his release was a little bit off on the jump.
Back to Millsap. Pass to Jokic. There's the three. Another three for Denver.
And, guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Well, I wouldn't say that's his shot, but it's a shot he can make, and that really opens things up for the offense.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. Out to Thompson. The three. Buries it from three-point range. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Nuggets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Now, here's Jokic. Zubac's defending, takes the 13-footer, and again, Jokic. Jokic has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Now here's Durant. Really had troubles in the loss to Sacramento. The shot by Curry, no good. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Jokic kicks to George. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. George has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Nuggets. Warriors trail by 8. And Chris, you were only briefly with the Warriors at the start and the end of your career, but you had plenty of big moments with that club. Any stand out to you as a favorite?
Oh, well, I think the playoffs, almost averaging a triple-double in the playoffs, for me, it was something very special. Going behind the back on my good friend Sir Charles, of course, is one of the first experiences I had there, and also my first NBA game. I mean, being in front of those crazy fans in Oakland, that atmosphere is unlike any other. And jump ball and winning and scoring my first bucket. So many special moments there. Rookie of the Year, being awarded that with my father at center court there at that arena is something I'll never forget.
And here is Murray after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. And the Nuggets with some changes. Washington's checked in for Millsap, and Brogdon subbed in for Oladipo. Then for the Warriors, Laverne, he's checked in for Zubac. Collins comes in for Green, and it's Hazanya in for Klay Thompson. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Clock at 6. Another miss by Jokic.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Kings.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that one got away from them because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, overall, they played well enough to win, but their energy was just up and down. Too many miscues at key points of the game.
And so here is Golden State after Paul George getting his 3 to go. And Laverne kicks to Durant. The dish to Collins. Brogdon against Curry. And it's off from three-point range. .131 left here in the opening quarter. George passes to Washington. Jokic kicks to Murray. Here's Washington, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Nuggets. The Nuggets shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Nuggets with some changes. Jones checked in for Jokic. Yabusele comes in for George. And it's Beasley in for Jamal Murray. And the Warriors also making a change. Knight's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. 1:15 left in the first quarter. He kicks to Collins. They set the pick. Back to Knight. Beasley against Knight. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Nuggets shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Beasley. Good on both.
And as great of a free throw shooter as he is, it's still a part of his game. He works very hard at it.
Knight on the wing to stop the run. The rebound by Yabusele.
Well, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open three like that.
43 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jones with the screen on Curry. Shot clock at 6. And Jones with the stuff.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
So it's the Warriors now. Denver getting their last shot to go. Knight kicks to Curry. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. And that's now 9 points for Steph Curry.
I tell you, how do you defend Curry on the catch and shoot? It's hard because he can hurt you from so many spots on the floor.
Passes to Washington. Screen by Jones. Goes up off the pick, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Well, yeah, they've set an aggressive tone early. The trick is maintaining this momentum. It's easy to get complacent.
Here's Curry. No good on that last second attempt there. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Denver. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. We'll return shortly. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me. And I watch film too, not saying I don't. But they're both fans and they have a huge passion for the game. That's why they're still around it.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Well, yeah, small lead so far, but it's building fast, and they better watch out.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Laverne out there with Collins. Then there's Brandon Knight. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Hezonja in at the 3 spot. Curry. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, one book that is out on Curry is that you can body him and knock him around off the ball. Chris, a lot of teams feel that if you can beat him up as he comes off a screen, he'll be far less productive. What do you think?
Well, whether it's true, not true, fair or unfair, Curry's definitely getting banged around out there. If you watch him off the ball in some games, he gets grabs, push, pull, you name it.
And he knocks down the first one. Chris, sometimes when a player is feeling it, in that rhythm, in that groove, there's nothing you can do to slow him down. Is there a player in the league right now who you feel is the deadliest when things are really falling right for him?
I mean, James Harden, how about this guy? Now that he's getting other guys involved, he's so much harder to guard because you don't know if he's going to pass it, ending up in a successful assist, or if he's just going to knock it down in your face, and his range is just so incredible. You do not want to let that man get hot. Also, of course, we know Curry. You better not let him get hot because he'll do some incredible things. And then his teammate, his boy, his partner, Klay Thompson. I mean, just the way that these guys shoot is just so fun to watch. So, I mean, these guys, when you talk about deadly from anywhere, anytime, you got to guard these guys like they used to say when they get in the parking lot. Not when they get in the arena. You better start guarding them in the parking lot because they can score at any time.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defense is adjusting.
Offensive rebound. Jones, the pass to Yabusele. Beasley with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Screen by Jones. Oladipo dishes to Jones. Curry against Oladipo. Here's Knight. Rebound by the Nuggets. They've led by as many as 11 points. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
Whether life or sports, that's all you can do. Stay committed to your brand of basketball and let the chips fall where they may.
The Nuggets have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Two shots.
Free throw drops in for Beasley. The NBA coaching ranks always looked at and scrutinized. Only 30 great jobs out there in the league, and yet they're on the firing line, it seems like, every season. Chris, what enables head coaches, in your opinion, to be successful? And has that changed over the years?
Well, I think what allows you to be successful, first of all, what is your acumen for the game? Can you communicate? Can you inspire players? Are you a humble guy? And, I think those are the main things that you have to, have as a coach. But look, players get traded all the time. Everybody's under pressure. So, just got to do your best and keep it moving.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here and going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
And they swept this club in the regular season, but ended up falling to them in the playoffs.
Jamal Murray, he's checked in for the Nuggets. He used that pick just right. And that's now 6 points for Klay Thompson.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
And Oladipo has it in the corner. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Murray, good.
Gotta love whenever Murray goes straight up with a jump shot off the pass. He's so good at reading the defense.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Fellas, Al-Farouq Aminu has established himself as a great defensive player, and he wants that recognition. He said, "My goal every year is to be Defensive Player of the Year. I want to guard 1 through 4 and even 5 sometimes. I want it to be known that I'm a great defender, and I want the league to recognize that." Kevin?
Thanks, David. Aminu continues to prove his worth on the defensive end. His length and quickness certainly hard to deal with. Thompson outside. Green, the screen. There's the pick. Durant against Millsap. Out to Thompson. Another 3 for Golden State.
He has 3 in the game and 2 in this quarter. He is really in a groove now.
And when you watch Kevin Durant, perhaps the most astounding thing about him, C-Web, is just how easy he puts up points. He does it in a number of ways, and sometimes it's quiet, and sometimes it's gigantic and loud. But, Chris, the points are always there for him.
Well, look, he's going to go down as one of the best scorers ever to play. I mean, it's kind of strange to say that Durant gets overlooked in his ability to score by some. But I'm not sure if we'll ever see another player like Durant for quite some time.
Now here's Durant. Over in the corner, Green. From outside, off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Now here's Murray. He's guarded by Knight. Deflects the pass, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. The Nuggets, number 1. The Warriors, 4th.
And these are 2 teams that excel at punishing opponents for their mistakes. I mean, they certainly did that last season.
Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Chris, it's a players' league, and yet the officials, of course, have an impact on games. I'm thinking of a certain Game 6 back in 2002. In your opinion, how does the league ensure greater consistency with the officiating of games?
Well, I promised myself, Kevin, thanks for bringing up 2002, that I would never think about that aloud. You know, I'm going to have to go lay on somebody's couch after we do this game right here. But I think the league just has to be transparent. They have to let fans know when the ref has messed up. We're all human, so I think it comes into play when you aren't transparent, when you aren't honest with your fans, because we have the smartest fans of any sport, I believe. And so I think transparency is good, but human error is always going to be in there as long as it doesn't go back to the type of human error we saw in 2002.
But Chris, I do sense that is a goal of theirs, and bit by bit they're getting toward that goal.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I believe that our league has done some great jobs when it comes to advancing referees and how the game is officiated. When you look at, not only do we have the referee center back in New York, where the referees now can go and get help, and the game is faster. And also, we have 3 refs on the floor, and so and we have the best conditioned refs. And so I think the game is just going to be better because we have passionate refs, we have passionate officials, and passionate players, and we're going to work together to make sure that this game is the best for every fan to be presented to, and also that every player has a chance to win a championship and don't have their heart broken.
Jokic, he can't hit that time, and Golden State will go the other way with it. Knight with it, now guarded by Murray. Durant kicks to Laverne. Green, the screen, the 3-ball. And again, no good by Golden State.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Kevin Durant with the rebound. Warriors trail by 14. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. He dishes it to Green. He feeds it to Knight. There's the pass to Durant. Over George. Knight for 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Chalk up 2 there.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Steph, what do you think of your defense in the first half?
We were a step late, I think, and they made tough shots. We can't take away from that, but for the most part, we have to find a way to guard that line if they're knocking down shots to keep them out the game.
We'll see where the adjustments take you. Thanks, Steph. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. Denver came ready to play. Their sharp focus and apparent preparation for the matchup helped them zero in on an 8-2 run off the tip. After a solid quarter of play, they held a 10-point lead. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game. And that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
Shaq, how'd you think the Warriors were playing?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they could control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
The Denver skyline looking absolutely gorgeous tonight as we return to the Mile High City. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Warriors trail by 16. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Murray out there with Victor Oladipo, and it's George in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half.
And there, just the wingspan of Thompson. He's not just tall for the 2 guard. He has plus length.
Well, you just watch the way that Klay Thompson shoots, and you're surprised when the ball doesn't go in.
I mean, one thing with Klay, too, in his shot, he believes it's always going to go in. More importantly, so does his teammates. And he's got that shooter's mentality where he just will continue to trust in his mechanics. And I don't think he gets enough credit for just how hard he works to maintain that shot.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Well, his Splash brother might own the record, but if Curry wasn't in the league, we might talk about Klay Thompson as the best shooter ever. I mean, incredibly high three-point percentage for his career, and one of the prettiest, smoothest, nicest shooting strokes you'll ever see.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And with Klay having claim to best shooter, if not for Curry, see Webb, the numbers back it up. Klay has the most threes in a season for anyone not named Curry.
Well, I mean, he definitely passed the eye test as one of the greatest shooters. No wasted motion, lightning fast release. Just watching Klay is amazing with how he is able to shoot the rock.
Outside Curry. From 12 feet out. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Curry's got 16 points.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Oladipo outside. Pass to Jokic. Millsap sets the pick for Jokic. And Oladipo kicks to Jokic. And another miss by Denver. Warriors trail by 11. Green passes to Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 17 points for Klay Thompson.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
For sure. And if they're going to get back in this one, they will have to continue to count on him to drain those outside looks.
Now, here's Jokic. 13 points in the game. George, no good.
And that would have been a big three if he drained it, answering back for the triple at the other end.
And that one's good. Durant.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Jokic a screen. Murray kicks to Jokic. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And they just refuse to go away and really have slowly worked themselves back into the game.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. The Nuggets making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Collins checked in for Draymond Green. Free throw, good. Jokic. And Chris, in your playing days, you had to deal with media answering questions. Now you're on the other side of that. You're asking the questions. What was your view of the media then, and has that changed at all?
My view of the media then was watch what you say, because they would take the smallest soundbite and turn it into the title of the article, and if you don't read the article, you will not see that it had anything to do with what was written. So always be cautious, and of course they're good members of the media, but you can always get got. And I still feel the same way, that you just need to be honest, respect the process, but make sure that you understand that the interviewer is doing their job, and it would be a great notch in their belt to use one of your quotes as a gotcha moment. And so I just think you just have to be careful and make sure that that you're prepared for the interview. But no, it hasn't changed, and hopefully, Kev, like yourself, I could bring some levity to it and some honesty to it and have some fun, because at the end of the day, I'm a fan of all these guys. I know how hard they had to work to get to this moment. I know the ups and the downs of it. I've experienced the highs and the lows, and so I'm really just kind of going through it with them, as opposed to trying to prove any points or have a dog in any race. So no, my opinion of the media has changed. There's a lot of good people, but you got to just respect the process.
But I like what you said, Chris. You've always been honest, and that's kind of been your label. You've been very honest with your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier just to do that, especially when I'm passionate about something. I definitely try to be honest about it. Yeah, just make some stuff up, yeah.
The kick out to Oladipo. There's the feed to Beasley. Down low, stolen by Thompson. And now Curry running the floor all by himself, and he comes up with the deuce. Curry's got 4 points this quarter.
In anticipation on the steal, Clay jump-starting the fast break for his club.
They set the pick. Here's George. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. First free throw is good. Washington's checked in for Denver. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Oladipo. Laverne, he's checked in for the Warriors. Hezonja comes in for Kevin Durant. And both free throws good for Paul George. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Curry kicks to Collins. Dishes it to Laverne. On its way from Curry for 2, and Jones pulls it down.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Kicks it to Beasley. No good with the triple. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. And one thing that Steve Kerr has done so well in his coaching tenure is his ability to handle multiple stars on the same team. You look back at the history of this league, and it isn't always smooth sailing.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this much talent on teams, you can get guys clashing. But Kerr has the team playing as a unit, and players are happy to sacrifice their own stats for playing better basketball. He has everyone buying into the culture they've created.
Down to 5 on the...
Oh! Come on, did you see that? Did you see that?
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Nice shot by Thompson.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And part of this falls on the defense. I mean, you know he's hot. You'd like to force someone else to shoot the basketball.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Now here's Curry. 18 points for him. Here's Thompson. And the layup's good off the glass. Thompson's got 15 points here in the second half.
He has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
George passes to Brogdon. Lets it go from deep. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. A different look for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Jones. Oladipo comes in for Malik Beasley. And Murray subbed in for Brogdon. Warriors trail by 6.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Yeah, it's a combination of urgency and efficiency. Let's see how they execute.
The shot by Thompson, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Murray with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. And here is Murray. Feeds it to George. Denver passing it around. Lock at 6. Here's Jokic. Misses the chippy right there.
Look, he had all the time in the world to get the jumper off. Maybe it was too much time.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Living like college.
And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Right now is when we go, good shot, great shot, right? Right now is when we talk on every screen down here and switch and ice and all the stuff we do on point.
And Steve Kerr, this is what his teams do. They take away a lot of easy shots, easy baskets.
Yeah, you heard him. Ice the screens, communicate, give me everything you've got defensively.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. The sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. Laverne is out there with Collins, and it's Hezonja in at the small forward position. Here's Curry, following the basket by Paul Millsap. Hezonja kicks to Thompson. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
Oftentimes we think of Thompson as an outside shooter, but he has the size and the skill set to score inside as well.
Pass to Jokic. Over Laverne. Jokic, no good.
Hey, look, that's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time.
Hezonja, good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters.
Now, here's Jokic. "17-foot shot on the way. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open and it's too difficult of an adjustment to make.
Timeout called the Warriors. Some changes for Golden State. Zubac is checked in for Laverne. Draymond Green comes in for Collins. And Durant subbed in for Hezonja. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. He told them it's time for you to fight to get this lead. Let's bring this one home. Guys, we'll see if they have what it takes to get it done. Back to you.
Now Murray. After the missed three from Stephen Curry. And Durant sends it back.
But Durant has arms that just keep on going and going and going. You aren't going to be able to just get a shot by him.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Now here's Curry. Here's Thompson. And the Warriors miss again.
Well, he gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and he throws a shot off.
Murray the pass to Washington. And he banks in the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the floor.
Thompson dishes to Curry. Back to Thompson. Puts one up from 19. And the Warriors miss again.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
That shot off. The Warriors go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Denver leading by 4. Millsap a screen, and the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul.
It had been a while since his last turnover. He has played very solid ball up until that point.
George is checked in for the Nuggets. Warriors trail by 4. Outside Curry. Durant kicks to Green. Back to Durant. The 17-footer. Goes back up. Here's Zubac. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Now just a 2-point Nugget lead. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. On the wing, George. Defended by Durant. It's stolen by Green. There's the dish to Curry. Let's a floater go.
And Millsap, for his size, a pretty good rim protector.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1.
But you know what? It's so funny. It's a lot of discussion as to whether Steph is now the face of the league. You know, something Steph himself says he gets a little annoyed with at times.
And it's tied up with that one.
That's why his teammates trust him so much at the line.
1:51 left to play in the final quarter. From deep, George. And Curry pulls it down.
The D really smothered him there and didn't allow him to get a clean look.
No good from Durant.
I'm sure he thought that was good when they left his fingertips. Matter of fact, I know he did.
Jokic with his screen on Durant. And George kicks to Jokic. Millsap left side. And the rejection by Zubac. Right side Curry. For Murray, it's deflected. Outside Durant to take the lead. That doesn't go either for Durant. Denver's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And Oladipo kicks to Murray. 54 seconds left in the game.
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man his props.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're down by 2. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
Millsap with the steal. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And if you don't get out on Murray, he will light you up from beyond. He's lethal.
Now here's Curry from the arc. It's hauled in by George.
Well, Kev, I'm not sure if it's because he's shooting on the opposite side of the floor this half, but he just can't buy a bucket.
36 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. They double him with Green. Oladipo with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
That's why you can't let yourself get in this deeper hole. Very little time now to climb out.
There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And here's Green outside. Good work defensively by Millsap. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
George passes to Murray. Back to George. So the Nuggets win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. It looked like the game was getting away from you. So how big is it that you were able to come back?
We got to do a better job executing down the stretch. As simple as that. We're just glad we got this win. We just can't let these things happen in the future.
I know you're going to keep working on it. Thanks again, Paul. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Whether from the ex-friend, intellect, or business, let's begin. Bring this to an end. Come on.